So we can do it again. Here, sit, here. Good. So there we got 3 reps in. Hey folks, I've got another video here with Clay, and we're going to be covering 3 main things. First of all, we're going to show you how he's progressed with sitting and covering the cue introduction with that and how he's responding, as you can see quite well. Then we're going to move into differentiation between cues. We've taught him a couple things. And then the final thing, which I touched on in a previous video, is variable reinforcement. What does that mean, and how are we going to use it to help him be more consistent? Let's get started. Clay has already shown he is ready to rock and roll. Doesn't even know what to do with himself, jumping, trying to figure out how do I get rewarded. So we're going to move into this session, get him warmed up, get him some work here. Oh, sit, no, sit. Good boy. We'll get him a few. Come on. I want you to move, sit. Good. And you can see, folks, he's doing this really well. I'm giving a little bit bigger handfuls because the sessions themselves don't need to be too terribly long. Sit. Good. All right, so you can see that is going well. Come on. Good. Come on this way, right here. Sit. Good boy. Here. All right, so there. He knows that. Now, in his previous videos, we actually started with targeting for recall and working on here. And he can come in and touch our hand. And this is where, once you have a couple behaviors that you've worked independently, different situations, then you can start to apply them into the same session. That's cue differentiation, okay? So we've got here. Good. And then we can ask again, sit. And what you need to be doing here is helping him to focus on the fact that here, what you're asking is what he's going to get rewarded for. So if you say here and he sits down, he doesn't get it yet. And you need to just take the extra second, ask again, move your feet a little bit, something, sit. Good. Start to build a good understanding at the ability to differentiate here. Good. Between the 2 behaviors. Now, the last here, and this is going to be important. When we work with folks that say, okay, I've started my clicker training, my puppy's super focused, does perfect every time in my training sessions, which is much the way that he is, and it's a completely natural progression, okay? What we need to see next is going to be introducing variable reinforcement. Dogs are gamblers. He's trying to play this game right now, trying to figure out how to win, and he's testing different things. That's part of what we did before with the free shaping. He's trying to figure out, can I do something new maybe to get this guy's attention to get him to reward me? But what we're going to be introducing is variable reinforcement, and that's where we can ask for a couple different things, click to mark them, and then give him a reward afterward. And with that, him not getting a crunchy every single time allows you to build on, I need to keep playing this game, and it builds consistency in those situations where you maybe don't necessarily have that reward outside of a training session. Now, like anything though, if you ask too many times without the reward falling into that, then you've got a dog that's no longer going to be listening or working for you. They're going to be like, psh, I know you don't have anything. So you've got to find a balance between enough rewards and enough requests to be consistent, but still working for you. So it would look like this. Here, hey, here, good, sit, good. Now you saw him look to the ground. He's like, where did my crunchy go? I didn't see one. Oh, but he's still asking me. So we can do it again. Here, sit, here, good. So there we got 3 reps in without a reward. There it comes afterward. But you've got to mix it up. Variable, sit, good. Give him a couple that way. Here, good boy. Now, you may be thinking right now, and I want to say this about all of his training sessions, he's looked pretty dang good except for that retrieving session, which, like I mentioned, the next time we do a session with that, I will show you what it looks like. We have not done another one. I incorporate a little bit of play. Here's a toy, carry it around, get comfortable with that, trying to kind of feel out what's going to be the best thing to work on retrieving with him with, but we haven't done another training session on retrieving. Between the last videos, I did 3 or 4 sessions working on sit. So that would be the approximate timing that you can maybe plug in. 3 or 4 sessions working on sit, 3 or 4 sessions working on targeting recall. And now this will be this first session that we're kind of applying these. We have a very focused, very willing to please dog. Here, sit, good. Here, sit, good. So 4 behaviors. Marked all of them. They're going back and forth because he only knows the 2 things. As we add more to his training, we'll be able to say, here, sit, kennel, go this way, do that. We'll be able to throw in a lot more things at him. Here, sit, good. Just 2 that time. That's pretty good. Now, I want to probably finish this session up for him. We've asked a lot. He's very focused. I'm going to get his bowl here. And we can do the same thing. Now, I typically like to incorporate jackpots, which would be about half of his food left over here. And we'll do that for, again, a bigger ask. Here, sit, here, sit, good. Now, he did what he was supposed to, but we still try and encourage better behavior. He doesn't need to rush. We'll work on him sitting and staying for his bowl in other sessions, but what I don't want him to do is get into this habit of, all right, the food is in that bowl and it's mine and I did all my stuff and I'm excited about it, so I jump on it, knock the bowl of food over. We still need manners in that, and that's what just that little bit of hold there helps him to go, okay, I need to have a little bit of reservation and not just be a giant puppy turd, okay? Once he finishes this up, this would be more like a typical training session for him and I. He's doing the session and we're on another week's schedule here, pretty close to. His nails need done. I'm going to show you, we've been doing a lot of those sessions where he's on our back. He's pretty dang comfortable and easy with that. But this one, I'm going to do just a quick job. And this is another way that if your puppies don't really like to be on their back, you can have them sitting or standing. And we'll roll through these really quick because he's doing such a good job with it. Good. So we incorporate all of these things into standard training sessions. Just roll through, kind of keeping on top of everything. These grinders made by Dremel, we're going to have very soon offered on our website. A lot of times people ask, what are you using for nail trims and grinders? And we have these safari trimmers, and then the grinders will be very soon. We'll have those listed as well. A couple people have asked what this bit is, and it's a diamond grit or diamond sanding bit. I don't even know what to call it. It is more commercial grade. It's pretty cool. We wear out the little sanding discs pretty quickly. So we tried to do a different option here. I like it, but ultimately it's a little bit excessive for the average person, I would say. If you want more information, throw it in the comments. I can send it over to you. I've mentioned it a couple times. I'm definitely at a point where I think it's good. Drastically less coming off the back. A little struggle here. I've just got a hold of him so he can't go anywhere. We'll just finish this out. And then we'll do just a little touch up on the back. They definitely need less than the front ones. So if you like this better, or sometimes more importantly, if your dog does better standing versus laying on their back, try it. Hey. Taking a second here. He's getting a little antsy. Good. And that's it. So in this session, we were able to work through 3 major things, right? We kind of displayed his understanding of the cue of sit. We worked with differentiation between cues with here and sit. And then we finished with variable reinforcement, an important part of building consistency with young dogs, and then did a little nail trim. This is all parts of helping him develop, and it's how we kind of talk about it. It's not a step by step by step. We're doing all of these things at one time. We've had some really cold weather here, not ideal to be outside. And I think it's supposed to warm up here this next week, meaning we'll be able to start incorporating some field runs, some bird work, some other fun stuff outside. Stay tuned for that, folks. I'm the guy with the pink gun. This is Clay. We'll see you in his next video.